They say life in the Fastlane surely makes you lose your mind, but I think the writers have already lost theirs. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling vlog, who always tells it like it is. It's the final pay-per-view in Tropicana Field and the last on the standalone WWE Network before it gets completely folded into the Peacock service. And this is how the network ends. Not with a bang, but a meh. And those vaccines better get out there super quick or the WWE may not survive to summer. No matter how much money Universal pumps into it. Not that, again, it's a bad card, but as a lead-up to the second straight two-day WrestleMania, it leaves something to be desired. At least they're going to have 3 matches that don't involve a title, although the intergender one freaks me out a little. Also, the only other females involved are the women's tag team champs and their challengers, none of who get along with any of the others. But I guess having both secondary and 1 primary title match may save it, so long as controversy doesn't veer its ugly head. So, let's get past this speed bump and kick it into 4th gear before the sparse crowds at Raymond James decide it ain't worth it. Here are my predictions for Fastlane 2021. We start with Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss. I honestly don't think this will be a match. Oh, Orton may try to grab Bliss, but I get the eerie feeling she'll just stay just out of reach. See, she's not there to fight Orton. She's there to get the Fiend's soul out of Orton and put it back into Bray Wyatt's charred corpse or whatever to set up a once-and-for-all match at WrestleMania. And I suspect Orton will be grateful, as this means he won't have to spit out black gunk again. My prediction? No contest. Yeah, bold, I know, but I don't see how else to get through this fight without making it look like violence against women is alright. We had enough evidence that it's wrong from Atlanta, thank you very much. Anyway, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins. It is nice to see Nakamura back on the face side of the tracks, especially sticking up for his longtime tag buddy Cesaro. But I fear his time in the sun has come to an end. Oh sure, Rollins could give Naki a push on his own way to fading away and spending the rest of his life with Becky Lynch and Baby, but nah. Rollins is too type A for that kind of jazz. While this will be a technical match of high order, it won't end the way Nakamura would like it to. And Cesaro will be the next domino on Rollins' way back to main event status. Winner is Seth Rollins. No holds barred match. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus. Please, please, please! Let this be the end of the feud. This is getting almost up to Reigns-Owens levels of monotony. And once the match is over, get McIntyre versus Lashley for the WWE title at WrestleMania. Yeah, I think we know who's going to win this knockdown, far too dragged out fight. The Scotsman has had the Irishman's number for some time now. That's not liable to change anytime soon. Remember the last such match Sheamus had was that bar fight with Jeff Hardy, and we all remember how that ended. Drew, stick a shillelagh up Sheamus's arse and prepare for Lashley. Winner is Drew McIntyre. WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax defend against SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks and her challenger at WrestleMania, Bianca Belair. You know, I've seen this before. 2 women who just can't seem to get along somehow, someway, get into the women's tag title picture and, just like that, win the titles. I dare say the only difference is that neither Baszler nor Jax held a singles title when they became tag champs. Personally, I'd like to see Baszler and Jax finally split up and go back to singles matches. I mean, I can still remember how Baszler dominated at 2020's Elimination Chamber, one of the very few highlights of that year. I want some singles gold around her waist. Sadly, It'll probably have to wait until after WrestleMania because Banks and Belair will most definitely not get along when they have to face each other in 3 weeks' time. Winners and still champs, Baszler and Jax. United States Championship match, Riddle in a rematch against Mustafa Ali. I fear this will be the kickoff match. I mean, it's like the title was made to be defended before the main show, sad as it may sound. Anyway, Riddle isn't the charismatic champion I was thinking he could be, and I also can't help but think that his first title came far too soon after his call-up from NXT. He's going to need more than his bro speak to keep people interested in him when he loses the title. Ali, however, will not be the one to dethrone him. You really think the so-called founder of one of the worst factions in recent WWE history will be allowed to hold a title? Retribution needs to ditch their masks, go back to their NXT names, and go their separate ways. Either that, or go back to NXT, period. Winner and still champion is Riddle. Intercontinental title rematch. Big E defends against Apollo Crews. Yeah, sorry, but no, I'm not buying this whole back to my roots deal with T'Challa Crews here. Apollo just really wants a title, and having been rejected by Big E to essentially fight forever, Apollo decided to act like a real problem child, set up this myth about his African ancestry, and used his temper to demand Big E keep giving him shots at the original secondary title in the WWE. As Tony Stark once said to Peter Parker, if you're nothing without the suit, or in this case the belt, you're nothing with it. While a battle of two of the vast minority of African American superstars promises to make Godzilla vs. Kong look like a sandbox fight with action figures, I think Big E's continuous power positivity will continue to work for him. For now. Winner and still champ, Big E. Finally, Universal Championship. Roman Reigns vs. Daniel Bryan with Edge as special enforcer referee. Ain't it high time Reigns ditches the dead weight of Jey Uso? Bro has disrespected the family so many times I'm shocked that Rikishi hasn't disowned him. On the other side, Bryan is looking for that one title he hasn't won yet before he turns back into a full-time father with his soon-to-be Hall of Fame wife. But ironically, Edge will be the deciding edge in this bout. He has to choose whether his beef with Reigns is big enough to actively stop Bryan from winning, or if his real goal is actually winning the Universal title and he thinks he could better do that against Bryan than against Reigns. Decisions. In the end, it wouldn't surprise me if Bryan made it a triple threat match at WrestleMania. For now, though, I'm afraid the reigning, defending, undisputed, etc., will still be around. Winner and still champ Roman Reigns. Yeah, not predicting a single title loss. They'll save those for the big event. Those are my picks. And they'll have to hustle and bustle to get these next 3 weeks to set up WrestleMania Tampa Take 2. I'm Chris Wolvie, the wrestling blog who always tells it like it is. Stay safe, and I'll see you.